So what a different product we have here with Urban Decay. This is a unique mix-in medium is what they're calling it. It is called the Velvetizer. I have this on today. So I've been working with this and trying to get a feel for how you use it. I was intrigued by it because I do have several million foundations, and a lot of them, some of them, a few of them, don't quite give me the coverage that I would like, but I like the finish of them. I like the good color match of them to my skin tone, etc. Different reasons why I like different foundations, but they don't quite give me the coverage and the oomph that I would like to have with them. So I thought that I could get some of this and mix it in. That's kind of what it's for. It's kind of to give your foundation more coverage and to mattify your foundation. I don't really want my foundations mattified per se, but I thought I would get this and try to work with it and see how good of a job it did. So as I was working with this, and I know it is specifically formulated to work with Urban Decay's products, like they suggest that you use it with their One and Done, which is sort of like a tinted moisturizer. It's a very light coverage, just barely there foundation, and any of their other foundations as well as what it's formulated to work with. I don't have any Urban Decay foundations. I've never really found one that I loved with them, so I mixed it with some of my other foundations that don't quite have enough coverage for me, and I was having a really hard time getting the right amount of this powder mixed in with the liquid foundation to not make it a cakey, streaky mess on my face. That is why I don't really want to use it for that purpose. What I'm using it for and what I really like using it for is for an all-over face setting powder. So let me show you the product and then I'll tell you some more about it. This is very different. It feels very different on. You have a sort of a very light translucent-y color. Look how they put the UD on here. Let me sort of shake some around and you can see the UD on here. They put the UD on top of the shaker and it kind of fills up with their sort of calligraphy UD. It kind of fills up with powder and I think that's kind of cool. You can see the UD sort of in the powder. That's pretty cool. This powder does not feel like anything else. Okay, it feels like, I don't know how to explain it, some kind of silky, velvety substance that you would like use between a nut and a bolt or something. It feels really like it had an industrial use or something. It feels like some really unusual sand. It has a very slippery, not like powder, very slick, slippery feeling. It feels really dry on your fingers. It doesn't melt like powder. I feel like if you added water to this, the water would bead up and float on top. It's really different feeling. But what I've been loving about it is to use it as an all-over setting powder. Now it does say that you can use it as a setting powder and it will make your foundation look more matte. As a setting powder, I haven't found that it makes it look really more matte. What I found is that it makes it look like you have a clear layer of sealant on your face. I really like it. I have it on today and I'll show you what the before and after kind of just the foundation and then the foundation with the powder on top. I am not seeing mattification going on. I guess it is a little bit more matte, but it's not looking super dead or dry or any of the things that I associate with matteness. What I did today was I used my Lancome Teint Idole Ultra foundation. I kind of go through all of my foundations and I try to decide what I want to wear for the day. I haven't worn this in a while. I wore it yesterday and I thought, well, I'm just gonna get this out and make sure I still like it. You know, I like to do that with my foundations, make sure I still like them. And so as I put this on, it just looks sort of dewy. This is a really nice coverage foundation without looking like you have a mask on. It just is a really natural, your skin, but full coverage foundation. So here's what it looks like before I put the powder on. It is a dewy look. It's not super dewy, it's not greasy. And then I applied this powder. I just poured a little in the cap. I happen to have a Wet n Wild powder brush sitting that was clean that actually will fit in that cap. So that's why I grabbed this one, not because it's special. And I just applied it all over, and it does not really, it's weird. It doesn't look like powder. It just looks like I have it's like a clear powder. If you could make a powder out of clear granules, this is what it would look like. It is really nice. There's no illumination or shine to it at all, but it is not super matte, dead dry looking. I really enjoy it. It seems to hold it on pretty well. That's what I'm enjoying about this mix-in medium. I also enjoy the purple velvet on the package. I love that. So I just think if you can really somehow measure out the right amount of this with the right amount of foundation and mix them and not have to reapply, like not have to put another pump on or whatever, I can't do all that. That's too complicated for me. So I'm gonna skip it on the mix-in part, and but I love the setting aspect of it. It's so pretty. So I'll see you later. Enjoy your makeup.